Good morning, Instagram and YouTube. All right. So, hello, happy Wednesday. I'm Josephine, and today I have a flow with a lot of twists planned, um, and a few balancing poses, including twists as well. So, as always, if you have a block, some kind of prop that you could use for some of these twists, that would be great, even just a book or a pillow. And we're going to get started in a comfortable seat, so cross-legged. And if you would like to start up on a blanket or a pillow, you can prop your hips up if they're quite tight or if you have tight hamstrings. And then whenever you're comfortable, starting to allow the palms of the hands to face up toward the sky and taking a deep breath in through the nose and a deep breath out through the mouth. Do this for several more rounds. Say 3 more times, only focusing on deepening the breath. Let's place our left hand on our chest, right hand on our belly, and take another deep breath in. Full breath out. Do that one more time. Inhale and exhale. So keeping the hands here in this next round, noticing, or maybe you already have, which hand is moving more. So if you find that you're really moving your chest upward, kind of arching through the spine, see if you can almost apply a little pressure on the chest, keeping it neutral and allowing the belly to expand. So think expanding through the upper abs, and then exhale, draw the stomach in toward the spine. Take that for a few more rounds. The shoulders should also stay where they're at. And then release both hands back down onto the knees. Allowing the breath to fall naturally, so not anything too deep that you can't maintain throughout class. Maybe focus a little bit more on lengthening your exhales. Your next breath out, feeling every point of the body that's connecting down to your mat. Allowing yourself to sink down a little bit more, feeling heavier. And then having a sense of lightness from the spine, the upper body. A sense of lightness in the head, in your thoughts. Emptying out any kind of jumble in the mind. So if your mind is just kind of wandering, just letting that go. We'll take 2 more breaths here. Maybe set an intention for your practice. Your next inhale, folding the palms together at heart center, sealing your intention that you set. And taking a full breath out. Let's inhale, extend the right arm off to the side and allow the left ear to come toward the left shoulder, relaxing through both shoulders. And we'll stretch the neck. Releasing any tension in your jaw. One more breath. On your exhale, dropping the chin down toward the chest, rolling the head all the way over to the other side, and then extending through the left hand as the right ear drops down toward your right shoulder. One more breath. And exhale, chin drops down toward the chest. Each inhale, you'll find length on one side. Each exhale sends the chin down, and the head will go to the other side. And feel free if you find a spot that feels like it could use a little extra attention or stretch, feel free to stay there or continue to just move through any tightness in your shoulders, your traps, your neck. Two more breaths. And finishing off this last one. And meeting with the chin down towards center, chin toward the chest. And just allowing a subtle stretch through the back of the neck, so not forcing anything. And then slowly inhale, lifting the heart. Let's reach the arms up toward the sky, taking a full body stretch, and then interlace the fingers. Let's side bend toward the left. Inhaling back up to center. Exhale, side bend toward the right. Inhale. Exhale, back over toward the left, and then this time releasing the left hand down, maybe staying on the hand or coming down onto the forearm, keeping grounded through both hips, especially the opposite hip. And inhale, reaching back up. Exhale, over to the other side. Top shoulders drawing away from the ear. Inhale back up again. Exhale back over toward the left. And then this time slowly rounding forward, walking both hands about the angle that the knee is at. You should feel a nice opening through the low back. Relaxing any tension in the shoulders, releasing in through the jaw. One more breath. And exhale, walking all the way over. First, start with that side stretch. And then fully releasing into this low back stretch. Maybe notice which side feels tighter. On your next exhale, walking the hands toward the center. Then maybe walking them as far as you can, folding over the legs. Breathing into the spine wherever you feel this stretch. And exhale, walking the hands back in towards you. We'll take one more seated stretch here and then we'll move into some cat-cow. So bringing the soles of the feet together. And if this is uncomfortable on the hips or the knees, two options is you can bring a block underneath the knees or a pillow, or you can just walk the feet farther away from your hips so it doesn't have to be super close in. We're gonna slowly start to warm up the hips, and this will stretch the low back as well. So we're just gonna make some circles going in one direction for 2 more breaths. And then switching directions. And you can really stretch out as you come back toward the hips. Almost think of doing your cat spine. And then as you come forward, think of cow. And then we'll switch. So you'll go in one direction for a breath. And then switch. Do that one more time after this last one. Good, and then meeting at center, similar to how we did in a normal cross-legged position. And just start to slowly fold. We're getting into our hips pretty early here, so if you don't fold any more than this, that's fine, or you can walk the hands forward. Creating space with each inhale. A sense of groundedness with each exhale. One more breath. And then walking the hands in, drawing the knees together. Let's find our way to all fours for cat-cow. So spreading the fingers nice and wide. Hips over knees. You shouldn't be able to see your toes behind your thighs, so make sure the feet are firmly planted down. Shoulders right above the wrists. Fingers spread nice and wide. Inhale to arch, broadening through the chest. Exhale to round. Think about sternum toward the pelvis. Inhaling, arching, and exhale to round. Do this a few more times at your own pace. Slow, steady breath. Finish off one more round. And once you've come back to center, let's extend our right leg off to the side. Inhale to sweep the right arm open, and you should feel a nice stretch through the arm, the chest. On your exhale, send it down. So almost like threading the needle, but just staying upwards. Slight twist. And then we'll flow with each breath. So inhale to expand. Exhale, send it down. Inhale, we'll do 3 more times, so taking your time. Exhale. Inhaling. Exhale. Last time. And exhale. Inhale, walking the hand back to center. Lift through that right leg and then bring it all the way over toward the left side. And start to slowly shift your hips just slightly toward the right. And then look past your left shoulder. You should feel just a subtle stretch in the front body and the side psoas area as well. One more breath. On your exhale, bringing it back towards center, and then walking the foot forward, coming into a low lunge here. So taking your time to set up, you can have the fingertips just underneath the or off to the side of the foot. Or if you want to expand through the heart, you can lift up, reach the arms up toward the sky. And we'll take one more deep breath in. On the breath out, shifting your hips back, coming into half splits. Inhaling. On the exhale, maybe grab a hold of the outside edge of the foot with the opposite hand. Inhale. And exhale, release. We're going to tuck our back toes and then come into a runner's lunge and just spring forward, meaning an Uttanasana, forward fold, bend through the knees. Let's grab a hold of opposite elbows and sway from side to side. And then sway forward and back. See if you can land right in the middle of the foot. So grounding firmly through the heel as well as the big toe mound. Imagine shifting most of your weight right in the arch of the foot. One more breath. Exhale, release. Inhale, rise up to standing. Reach the arms all the way up toward the sky. And then exhale, palms together. Inhale, reaching. Exhale, swan dive. Hinge from the hips. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, walk back, high plank pose. Hold here for 2 breaths, firing up the shoulders and the core. Last inhale. Exhale, either take knees down or lower all the way down, front plank, meeting on our belly. Inhale to baby cobra. Exhale, lower. Inhaling cobra. And exhale, lower. Last time, inhale. And exhale, pushing to all fours. Setting up to do all of that on the other side. So making sure your alignment is shoulders over wrists, hips over knees. Let's extend through the left leg. And then inhale, reach the left arm up. Enjoy this stretch for a few extra breaths. And then when you're ready on your next exhale, send it downward. Inhale, reaching up. And exhale, down. So we flow with our breath. Inhaling. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale, one more after this. And then inhale back through center. Extend through the left leg. Bring the foot all the way over toward the right. And then gently kicking the hips over toward the left as you shift your gaze toward the toes. Inhale. Exhale, draw it back in towards center and coming into low lunge. And again, you can expand through the heart, lifting the arms, or just keep the hands down. Breathing into the hips. One more inhale. Exhale, slowly shifting your hips back, half splits. Again, the option is to grab a hold of the opposite or the pinky toe side of the foot with the opposite arm. Inhale. Exhale. One more breath. Exhale, release. Come into a runner's lunge to spring forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Exhale to fold. Inhale, root to rise, reaching all the way up. Take your time. Exhale, palms together, samastitihi. Inhale, reaching. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Exhale, walk the hands or the feet back, high plank pose for a breath in. Exhale, either drop to the knees or lower all the way down to the belly from plank. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, lower. One more time. Inhale, cobra. And exhale, coming into our first downward facing dog. Pedal the feet, move from side to side. And settling into some stillness in your downward facing dog, noticing all the points of the body that are connecting down, connecting to your mat. Noticing any coolness or warmth on your mat or under the whatever ground you have below you. Noticing any texture. We'll inhale, lift the right leg up toward the sky. Exhale, knee toward the chest. Footsteps through. Let's rise up into high crescent lunge. Inhale. Exhale. One more breath. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, start to bend through the back leg and draw the left knee in toward your chest. So getting into a little bit of a balancing pose here. Inhaling and exhale. One more breath. Exhale, release. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Exhale, walk the feet back. High plank pose. You can take knees, chest, chin again, or if you feel ready for chaturanga, you can lower into that and do upward facing dog. Just as always, be really mindful of your alignment in chaturanga, so not dipping your shoulders past your elbows. And we'll do that on the other side, so kind of a variation of sun salutation. So inhale, reaching the left leg up. Exhale, knee to chest, footsteps through. Rise up high, crescent lunge for 2 breaths. Really rooting into the big toe mounds of both feet. One more breath, I added a breath. And then exhale, start to bend in through the back leg, springing forward. Knee hugs in toward the chest. The arms can still reach up toward the sky. And then exhale, release, shake it out. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, plank pose. Again, chaturanga or knees, chest, chin. Inhale to upward facing or cobra. And exhale, down dog. Inhale, lift the right leg. Exhale, knee toward the chest. Let's stay in this runner's lunge. If you need a block, you can place it underneath the left hand. And then place the right hand on the sacrum, so that flat bone just in between the glutes. And then keeping the hips exactly as they are, let's move into our first twist. So opening the heart toward the right. Try not to shove the hips one way or the other. Try not to shove through the spine. And then maybe extend through the right hand. Inhaling. On your exhale, maybe hovering the left hand off of the mat. And then slowly leaning into a twisted high lunge. So lifting yourself all the way up. Inhale. Exhale, exalt your warrior. Dropping that right hand down onto the left thigh. And then inhale, meeting back in twisted high lunge. Inhale, unwind, high crescent. Exhale, palms come together, deep bend in through the back leg, springing forward, one-legged standing posture. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, swim the left arm back, twisting toward the left. Really strong and through the standing leg. Inhale, unwind. Exhale, kick it back, warrior three. Keeping the hips square, hip bones face down. Inhale. Exhale, release into triangle. Hinging forward and releasing the bottom hand onto a block if you'd like. It can be in front of the leg or behind. Or you can just release the hand onto the shin. Open the chest. Inhale. And exhale. One more breath. Relax through the jaw. Inhale, start to rise up. Exhale, reverse your triangle. Inhale, coming back through to center. Exhale, cartwheel the hands down. Find your way into high plank pose. Flow through your vinyasa. And meeting in down dog. 2 breaths once you're there. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, knee in toward the chest, footsteps through. Stay here for a moment. So twisted lunge. Again, maybe bringing your right hand onto a block to give you a little bit more space. Bring the left hand to the sacrum to begin. So the flat part of the low back. And then slowly revolving the heart toward your bent knee. If you can, extend the left arm up. So without changing the alignment of the hips. Your next breath out, we're going to really root down into our feet. Slowly hover the bottom hand, expanding through the heart a little bit more. And then lifting all the way up into twisted lunge. Inhale. Exhale, exalt your warrior if that's accessible. So dropping the left hand to the right thigh. Exhaling, come out of it. Inhale, extend through the arms. Your next breath in, unwind into high crescent. Exhale, palms come together. And then kicking off, coming into your one-legged standing pose. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, swim the right hand back. Twist toward the bent knee. And hold for one more breath in. Full breath out. Inhale, unwind. Exhale, kick it back, warrior three. Keeping the hips square, so noticing if this right glute comes up toward the sky. And then slowly releasing, setting up for triangle. Inhale, grow tall. Exhale, hinge forward. And we're here for several breaths. Making sure the upper body isn't draping too far over the bottom leg. Your next inhale, rise up. Reverse your triangle, excuse me. One more breath in. And out, releasing, cartwheel the hands down. Find your way into high plank pose, vinyasa of your choice. And meeting in downward facing dog. Let's fire up the shoulders here. So option is to drop the elbows down at the same time, coming into dolphin, or just do one at a time. So left and then right, or whichever elbow you want to drop down first. Then take a look at the elbows and make sure they're not splaying too far outward. So you want a nice and narrow stance. And you can stay here with the feet where they were in down dog, or slowly walking the feet a little bit closer. We're holding for 3 more breaths. This next exhale, we're going to walk our feet back to where we're coming into forearm plank. So the body is in one nice long line. And breathing. Relaxing through the jaw. Don't drop the knees yet. Inhale. Exhale, one more breath. On your exhale, though, move into high plank if you can. So bringing the hand where the elbow was, and then meeting in high plank. Optional vinyasa or push-up. And then we meet in downward facing dog. Deep breath in. And a deep breath out. Inhale, reach the right leg up toward the sky. Let's let the hip open, bend the knee, flex the foot. Really strong and through the right hand though. One more breath. Exhale, knee in towards the chest, foot steps through. Come into that twisted lunge. So setting up, we're moving through it a little bit faster, but try not to have that affect your alignment. And then slowly pushing up, twisted lunge. Exalt your warrior on the next exhale. Deep breath in. Breath out to hook the left elbow across the right thigh. If this is inaccessible, you can just stay floating. Deep breath in. This time on the breath out, shift your gaze down towards your big toe and slowly see if you can hover the back leg. So we're coming into a twisted warrior 3. And again, you can do this hovering, so you don't have to hook the elbow. One more breath. On your exhale, move into normal warrior 3. So really strong through the core, lifting yourself up. And then coming into one-legged standing, reach the arms up. Couple options is to just swim the hands back how we did, or if you feel open enough, you can grab a hold of the outside edge of the foot and extend the leg, or you can catch the big toe. Inhale. Exhale, make sure this left hip isn't coming too high. One more breath. Inhale, come through to center. Exhale, kick it back one more time through warrior 3. And then releasing, setting up for triangle. Take a moment, breathing through that fire in the front leg, hinging forward when you're ready. One more breath. Inhale, back up to center. Exhale, reverse your triangle. Inhale. Exhale, swim the hands down. Vinyasa of your choice, meaning in downward facing dog. Deep breath in. Full breath out, side out. Another one like that. Inhale. Exhale, side out. On your next exhale, dropping down to the elbows. Again, one at a time or both at the same time. Coming into dolphin. Your choice if you want to walk the feet in a little bit closer. Relaxing through the jaw, really rooting down through the elbows, and think about lifting up and out from your mat, so not sinking down. And then when you're ready, slowly walking the feet back to where you come into forearm plank. So the shoulders should be directly over the elbows. And this time we're just going to dip our hips from side to side. So obviously feeling the obliques here. And the feet can kind of just rotate. One more breath. Meaning at center. Option is to come back into high plank pose, flow through a vinyasa, or just meet in downward facing dog. Readjust yourself if you need to. I was way back on my mat. We'll inhale, lift the left leg, bend the knee, open the hip, really firm and through the left hand. Inhale. Exhale, knee draws in toward the nose, foot steps down. Let's take our twisted lunge. Sorry, there's cat hair everywhere, so if I'm touching my face, I'm trying to get the hair off of my face. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale. One more breath, find lots of length. And then exhale, slowly rising up, high twisted lunge. Exalt your warrior. Your inhale, you'll come back to center. Exhale, hook the elbow across the opposite thigh. Again, this is one option, and you can still do the same thing but hovering. Try not to shove yourself into this twist though. Think about twisting from the navel. Dropping this top shoulder back. Now shifting the gaze down toward the big toe. See if you can start to hover off of the back foot. Coming into a twisted warrior three. Scooping through the low belly. Inhale. Exhale, slowly lift yourself up into warrior three. And exhaling, high knee raise. Again, two options. You can either just twist with the bent knee or grab a hold of the outside edge of the foot or the pinky toe. Extend, making sure this right hip isn't coming too high. Inhale. Exhale, one more breath. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, kick it back, warrior three. And release, setting up for triangle, taking a breath. Enjoying that fire in that left leg. And then exhale, coming into triangle. Creating space, feeling where you're grounding down through the feet. Then find your extension from there. Inhale, coming back to center. Exhale, reverse. And then cartwheel the hands all the way down, flowing through your vinyasa. And we meet in downward facing dog. So let's take a narrow downward facing dog. So walking the feet a couple steps in. If you can't do this comfortably, you can bend the knees. And let's catch a hold of the opposite ankle. So let's start with the left hand. And then open up, maybe your gaze shifts up toward the armpit. I think my stance was a little bit too narrow, so feel free to come out of it and readjust. So really strong in through the right hand. One more breath. Inhale to unwind. Exhale, take it on the other side. Maybe shift your gaze past the left armpit or up toward the sky. Inhale, unwind. Exhale, dropping down to the forearms. This time walking all the way back into forearm plank. Inhale, exhale. Your next breath out, we're gonna come into forearm side plank. Two options is you can keep your feet staggered, so you can just rotate, or stack in the feet. And then reaching the top arm up toward the sky. Inhale, exhale. One more breath. Exhale, release. Take it on the other side. So again, either staggered through the hips or stacking the feet. One more breath. Exhale, release. Forearm plank, 2 breaths. And last breath, dropping down into child's pose. You can bring the hands all the way back behind the hips and staying in child's pose for a few breaths. Let's say 2 more breaths. And slowly walking the hands either in or bringing them forward toward the hips. We'll sit in hero's pose for a moment. So sitting the hips directly over the heels. Expand through the chest. Deep breath in through the belly. And then we'll slowly meet in a seat. We're going to do a few more twists in our seated position. So actually we're going to come into kind of like almost as if we're going to stretch our quads. So you're going to bring, I'm not mirroring you, your left foot over towards your right knee. And then have this right foot kind of close in toward your hip if you can, if that's comfortable. Making sure that you're not leaning too far over toward one side. So the right hip might not touch the ground, but then that's fine, but just make sure that it's not completely hovering. And then slowly revolve the heart toward your left knee. And then a few options for this twist. You can either just walk the hand off to the side, or if you can catch your foot, you can grab a hold of the heel or the ankle. Maybe shifting your gaze past your left shoulder. One more breath. Inhale to unwind. Keep your legs as is. We're going to drop into that quad stretch. So if you want a block underneath your forearms or your hands, you can do that. You don't have to go too far down to really feel a stretch through the leg. Think about grounding down through this right knee and find one nice long line all the way from that knee to your hip bone. One more breath. And inhale, slowly coming up. Shake out the legs. And then come onto the other side. So the right foot will come toward the left knee. And then again, making sure your left hip isn't hovering. Try to ground it down. And slowly revolve toward the bent knee of the right bent knee, and then catch a hold of that knee with the opposite arm. Then maybe your left hand just walks off to the side, or you grab a hold of the foot, so the left foot. And again, with any pose, especially twists, try not to force yourself or shove or use the knee or foot as leverage to really just yank your spine in a certain way. So allowing the body to just reach this comfortable twist, not going past that. One more breath. Inhale, we'll unwind, keeping the legs as is, and then walking your hands back, maybe coming down onto the forearms. And again, thinking about one line all the way from the left knee to the left hip now. Noticing if you're kind of slouching through the shoulders, try to push down and away. One more breath. Slowly lifting up on your inhale. And exhale, extend the legs forward, shake it out. So let's make sure we're sitting right on the sit bones. So moving any flesh upward. And then growing really tall through the spine, sitting in Dandasana. So sometimes this can even be challenging. So if you have really tight hamstrings or a tight low back, you'll find that just sitting in this really upright position with your legs extended is a challenge. So maybe just stay here or slowly inching your hands forward, keeping the spine long, folding. And then once you reach the point where you can't fold anymore without really overly arching through your spine or hunching, then maybe just honor that and stay. Maybe shifting the gaze down towards your knees. And allowing the legs to sink into the pose. We're here for several more breaths. Letting the legs feel heavy. Let the upper body feel light. One more breath in. And full breath out. Inhale, slowly start to walk the hands back, coming into Dandasana. Grow really tall, shoulders are relaxed. Exhale, hug the knees in, finding our way onto the back. And rocking from side to side or just being still. Let's take a nice counter stretch for the forward fold. So we're going to come into bridge pose. So you can bring the feet close in toward the bum. Feet are a narrow hips distance apart. Slowly lifting up one vertebrae at a time, holding there. Or if you'd like to do supported bridge, bringing a block or whatever prop you're using underneath the sacrum. And a few options for supported bridge. If you'd like to extend your legs forward, you can straighten them. Or you can extend them up toward the sky, coming into waterfall pose, which is a nice inversion. So whatever option you're choosing, bridge, supported bridge, waterfall, we're going to hold it for at least 5 breaths. And letting the weight of the body sink down into the mat. Noticing the texture below your skin. And noticing any coolness or any warmth on the mat. Two more breaths. And your next exhale, slowly releasing. Letting each vertebrae fall down onto the mat. And that's windshield wiper the knees. And we're going to move into Shavasana. So you can take your Shavasana however you'd like, either with the legs extended, maybe arms all the way back behind you. Maybe they're just off to the side of your hips. If you want to do legs up the wall and you have a wall nearby, you can just scoot your hips in as close toward the wall as you can get them and allow the legs to, almost like you're in Paschimottanasana, so a narrow hips distance. You can hang out there. Or last option is Supta Baddha Konasana, where the soles of the feet are together if you'd like to open up through the hips. Taking a deep breath in through the nose and a deep breath out through the mouth. Another inhale. Full breath out. And with each exhale, feeling the weight again of the body sink down, feeling the bones settle in. Feeling any tight spots and creating space, allowing the hips to feel spacious, the upper body, the back, the neck, and the back of the head. And allowing the mind to be still, trying not to control your thoughts or your breath. So let everything just fall natural. 3 more breaths. And on your next breath out, slowly starting to wiggle the toes, the fingers, spiraling the wrists. Extend through the arms and the legs, reaching in opposite directions for a full body stretch. Let's roll onto the left side, knees hugging in towards your chest, coming into a fetal position. And slowly using the arms to push yourself up. Let's come into a comfortable seat. Palms together at heart center, bowing the forehead to meet the thumbs. As always, honoring this practice, honoring ourselves, our bodies, and being grateful for both, for our practice and our bodies, and this ability to turn inward and pay attention to our breath and our body for just an hour out of our busy days. And always knowing that we can come back to this space whenever we need to take a few deep breaths and turn inward. Thank you so much for practicing with me. Hope you have a great rest of your day. Namaste. Thank you so much. This class will live on YouTube, and it's on our Instagram too, on our IGTV or whatever it's called. Thanks so much. Have a good rest of your day. Bye.